Good evening and welcome to the Formula Racing League ACC. Round 4 takes us to Laguna Seca in the United States. I'm Tom Kent in the commentary box, giving you commentary on the Group 1 event in GT4. So just waiting for qualifying to begin. Just seeing some drivers complete the remaining laps of practice, and then qualifying will commence from there. So qualifying begins, 15 minutes, and then a 40-minute race to decide who will come out on top. We've seen to only have the 14 drivers in for tonight. So the number 21 of Omros is out on circuit in the BMW. So we're just waiting for the driver to start the qualifying lap. Omros is just going off track there, but here's Freeman, the championship leader. Currently on 136 points. Now, the top 15 finishers score points, although if you do finish the race, you do get points anyway. Yeah, so in fact, it's the top 20, so all the finishers get points. 40 for the race winner, 36 for second, 32 for third, and it's 28 for fourth, 25 for fifth. Freeman, at the moment, is 22 points clear of Rage Hunter, who is in second place, Simon third on 112, and Cheese Monkey in fourth on 111. We'll go on board with Freeman. He takes us towards this hairpin. And as he heads towards the corkscrew. Very easy to get it wrong through that. And then into the final corner of turn 11. He runs wide there, but luckily for him, the lap time will still be validated. And he goes to the top for the time being, at least. Let's see what's happening elsewhere. Well, Omros has beaten that time as Freeman goes top with a 1:31.3 in the BMW. Chris Ease is also on a lap. I think more times are coming in now. The drifter going second on a 1:31.3, just a few hundredths shy of pole. Come away from this helicam actually. So Marty over the line with a 1:33.5, 1.2 seconds off the pace. And we've got Simon, who is coming towards turn 10. And now turn 11, this sharp left-hander to close the lap. And Simon goes third with a 1:31.6. Just 3 drivers yet to post a time so far. We'll make that 2. Ray Chunter coming through in the BMW. There are a total of 7 BMWs in the mix, although a maximum of 2 drivers per team organised by the FRL. Now Ray Chunter racing alongside Marty in the piston broke. Piston spelled P-I-S-T, just for your information, not the expletive that you might be thinking of. Ray Chunter coming through the left-hander now. Hutch in the Chevrolet, he's coming through over the line. He's still yet to post a lap time. Now Hutch is racing in the... just trying to find where he is racing or which team he's part of. It's Not Fast, Just Furious alongside Chris Ease. So far it's the Drifter, we'll at 30.9, with Cheese Monkey less than a 10th shy off pole in the Ginetta. And Cheese Monkey, who's the sole representative of the Auto Butchers team. And Simon in the pits. Freeman up there in 4th place, less than 1.5 tenths separating the top 4 drivers at the present moment. Proceeds over the line. It's currently 5th. Now, is Marty improving on this effort that he's about to post now? The answer to that question is yes. Only by a 10th, but good enough to move him up to 5th. GTJ coming through. Timmy Blunder is in 10th. And Ray Chunter has posted his first time in the session. It's a 1:32.2, I think. No, sorry, it's a 1:33.2. My apologies. As Hutch comes round to complete what should be his first time lap of the session. Now Hutch picked up his best result of the season so far with 9th, last time out at Brands Hatch. Still yet to post a time in this session though, so he's got some work to do. Ray Chunter keeping it on the island throughout this lap. I don't know if he is improving. He's coming over the line now, and this lap time of his is an improvement. 1.8 seconds off the pace though, but it's good enough to move him ahead of Error and Mariola. And Will Freeman only 9th so far in the McLaren. I'm expected to be more towards the front. But here's your order at the moment in qualifying. Drifter less than a 10th clear of Cheese Monkey. Simon 3rd, with Freeman 4th. And it's Marty another half a second away in 5th, with Cassis in 6th position. GTJ ahead of Omraz. Will Freeman 9th. And it's Tim Blunder, Ray Chunter, Error, Mariola, and Hutch in 13th and 14th. And during the race, the drivers have to make a mandatory pit stop. Hutch does get a lap time on the board, although it's not a representative one. Freeman goes to the top with a 1:30.5. So he's put in some decent laps. He needs a good result here, does Freeman, to be fair. Just look to see where Freeman is in the championship standings. He's only competed twice this season. A 9th place finish in the opening round at Donington, and a podium finish 3rd at Brands Hatch. So if he can get a good result here, that will help his championship charge. Freeman's back in the pits. The drifter is out on track. Is he on a fast lap at the moment? I don't think he is. Well, he's not on a quick one. Either way. Where's Cheese Monkey? Is he on a fast lap? He is. He's not quite in the realms of improving, although the last corner there, oh, he's still not on for an improvement. He starts another lap now, so we're into the last 3.5 minutes of this qualifying session. So Omros only 8th for the moment. Will Freeman coming out of the pits. Timmy Blunder in 10th. There is Rage Hunter, who's looking to improve here. Definitely on course for improvement. 11th at the moment. He is now 9th on a 1:32 dead. So good lap time there from Rage Hunter. Rage Hunter, who missed the opening round at Brands Hatch, came in round 2 in the 2 races that we did at Alton Park. And it's looking very, very good for him here. Well, it's not looking as good. Oh, he's just gone off the track into the barrier. And that'll be him making his way back to the pits. Simon, 2nd at the moment. The drifter, 3rd. Simon just under a 10th of a second off Freeman. Drifter looking to improve as well, which he's not doing. Who else is on the fast lap? Well, Omros is coming through now in the BMW. This is not going to be improvement though. Freeman about to start what could well be his final attempt. Freeman only 10th at the moment, which is rather surprising, and I thought it'd be up there a lot higher. Mariola over the line. He was 13th, he's now up to 12th. Rage Hunter in the BMW. Starting his last attempt now. The drifter coming towards the corkscrew. But Simon, is he on improvement? He is, but he's got way off track into the gravel. And that is his qualifying session over. So we'll come away from him. Proceeds in the Chevrolet. No improvement there from him. Here's Omros on for an improvement here. 8th fastest. He goes up to P7 with that lap of his. We're nearly at the checkered flag now. Drifter only third. GTJ, is he on for an improvement here? Let's have a look. No, he's not. There's Freeman, only 10th fastest at the moment. It's not like we would see him that far down. So, drivers almost making their way back into the pit lane. Cressys, 6th for the moment. Omroz, don't know if he is improving. He's completing this lap anyway, but we want to go to Freeman because he's the championship leader. And he's not in a good grid spot right now. Is he going to improve here, though? He does improve, and he goes up to P7. So qualifying has ended with Freeman on pole position, with Simon alongside. Drifter and Monkey are on the second row. Martin and Cressys make up the third row, with Will Freeman and Omroz alongside on row 4. GTJ and Rage Hunter running at the top 10. Team Blunder and Marek Mariola are on row 6, with Error and Hutch bringing up the rear. So the cars will form on the grid. There'll be a formation lap and then a rolling start to begin this 40-minute race for these GT4 cars here at Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca, built in 1957, situated in Central California. It's close to the cities of Salinas and Monterey. It's a brilliant racetrack, this. It's hosted a lot of races in IndyCar, IMSA. It has previously hosted MotoGP in the past, but hasn't done so since 2013. So we're currently locked on Freeman at the moment. We're not able to move across to another driver until the race has actually started, which is fine. It's not a problem. So the session will begin, or the formation that will begin in over 90 seconds time. So we'll wait for the drivers to move off the grid. And it won't be too long before this race does begin. So as far as the calendar is concerned, after Laguna Seca, the FRL will be racing at Misano. And then Imola. Now Imola is going to be a 90-minute race with 2 mandatory pit stops and double points on offer. So a good chance for those further down the order in the championship to get a good haul of points there. After Imola, we go to Kyalami on the 16th of December. We take a break for the Christmas period before we return in the new year at Bathurst. Paul Ricard on the 13th of January, and then the final round will be 2 races at Barcelona, the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, to wrap up season 4. So 14 drivers in the field, raring to go. There is Freeman, the championship leader, hoping to maintain his 22-point advantage. Now Will Freeman from France, hoping to deliver here. And Rage Hunter second on 114, Simon third on 112, Cheese Monkey in fourth on 111, and they've got Timmy Blunder who's in fifth on 71. And Timmy Blunder's best result has been sixth at Alton Park. Sorry, not Alton Park, Donington and Brands Hatch. So through the corkscrew they come. Conditions are expected to remain dry throughout the race. So the cars are all in position, and so we are ready to go here at Brands. Round 4, technically race number 5. So once all the cars are given the green flag, that's when we can move across to the other drivers.
Green light.
So we're underway then, here at Laguna Seca. Freeman from pole position, leading the field through the kink and to the first braking zone of turn 2, the left-hander, which is a hairpin. And then Simon trying to fend off Drifter, who's diving to the inside there, but getting caught out on the curb. And that will allow Cheese Monkey to pull alongside and make a move into turn 3. And so Monkey does get past. The field coming through the first sector now. And Freeman continuing to lead out in front, with Simon in P2. Cheese Monkey is third ahead of Drifter and Crises, and then we've got Marty and Omroz next behind in 6th and 7th, although Freeman is trying to come through the field. He's 8th right now, but he's trying to make a move on Omroz back through, which he doesn't quite do so. Freeman still behind Omroz as they come towards, I think they've just gone past the second sector. Cheese Monkey third behind Simon, and who's that that's coming into the pits there? That's an early pit stop. It looks like Omroz might have picked up some damage actually. Now, I wonder if this is a mandatory pit stop he's taken now, or whether he's actually picked up some damage to that machine. But Freeman leads the field after lap 1. Simon in P2 with Cheese Monkey in 3rd. Drifter 4th. Chris ahead of Marty. Freeman in P7. And it's a 40-minute race. When the clock does reach 0, whatever lap the race leader is on is their last lap. So Freeman out in front right now. Simon keeping in touch with him. Cheese Monkey will be fancying a go in a moment in the Ginetta. He's making a move into turn 10 here. Not able to get through at the moment. And this is a chance, obviously, for Simon and Cheese Monkey to close down the gap, with Freeman down in 7th place. Now, Simon at the moment would be collecting 36 points. Cheese Monkey would be collecting 32, with Freeman collecting 20. So Simon would be moving on to 148. Cheese Monkey would get 144. Freeman would get 100. Would still be leading the championship on 156. So the gap would close down. Oh, and that's Freeman off the track. At the left-hander before the corkscrew, and Freeman has dropped down the order. He's fallen behind Chris now as well, so Freeman down to 5th place. Off that off. And he's left himself with a whole load of work to do from there now. It was a terrible mistake for him there, and Simon has now moved into the lead with Monkey closing in behind as the field come round to complete their 3rd lap. And Simon's off the track at the last corner as well, so he's lost the lead. So the lead changes twice in a space of half a lap. The Drifter also getting past the sister BMW, and he's going to go through into 2nd position. So the Drifter, who is a long way behind in the championship standings because he arrived in late, he won last time out at Brands Hatch, and now he's into 2nd position here. And Omroz, who can now go to the end of the race because he's made his one and only pit stop. He's got a lot of ground to make up from there though, and he won't gain good ground by cutting across the corkscrew like that. So Cheese Monkey in front. Cheese Monkey has already got a race win to his name this season at Alton Park. So Cheese Monkey's won a race this season, Drifter has won a race, Simon has won a race. The other race winner has been Freeman and Cadee. No, Cadee hasn't participated since he won at Donington. Not available tonight, unfortunately. So there's Chris best finish 2nd at Alton Park in race 2 of the doubleheader. There's Freeman in 5th place. And I think this is going to come down to pit stop strategy here. Who can complete their stop the quickest and get ahead of their rivals. No, the drifter is less than 7/10 of a second behind Cheese Monkey as they come towards the left-hander. Midfield filtering through. Monkey ahead of Drifter. The gap has increased slightly to 7/10. Simon in third place. Chrissy's ahead of Freeman, who'll be ruining that mistake. At turn 6. We might be able to get a move done here on the Chevrolet in front. It's going to be very hard for him to get back to the front row, so he's going to need the best of all pit stops to get back into first position. Well, he's going to the outside through the kink of 1, and then they both come towards the hairpin of turn 2. Proceeds remaining in front. There's Hutch, who's running 9th, as Blunder makes a move down the inside into turn 2, going far too deep. And he's lost out in the end to Rage Hunter and Error. UV joins in 12th place as a result of that. So we're nearly a quarter of the way through. We are expecting around, I would tend to say around about either a 25 or a 26 lap race. Still looking very, very good so far for Monkey. Freeman behind Chrissy's through the corkscrew. So Freeman, who will ride on board.
He was okay.
You can see that. Through turn 11, the last turn of this anti-clockwise circuit. So Freeman looking to give chase up front with the field running as they are right now. Not a lot he can do at the moment. Let's see what else is going on in the field as we speak. Well, Freeman's still behind Proceeds. Hutch running well in 9th. As we watch Mr. Error go into combat with Rage Hunter. I think Error may have got a move done on him just before turn 2, so that's a good thing to see. Him up there. And Timimble right behind Hunter before they get to turn number 5. Still not able to find a way past. So Timimble in the Mercedes AMG. So we're over 10 minutes in now. Cheese Monkey in command. And Freeman's in the pits. So Freeman in the BMW has come into the pits for overdose racing. GTJ also pitting in the Mercedes AMG. It's a very busy pit lane at the moment as well. I think one of the McLarens is in. That'll be Mariola. So 3 drivers pitting in this lap. Now, at least Freeman will have a clear track in front of him once he does rejoin the circuit. Now, he'll want to get out in front of Omroz. Who pitted in earlier on at the end of lap 1. And the drifter's right on Monkey's tail once more as they come towards sector 2. half a second is the difference. And time to go through the second sector. And Freeman rejoining ahead of Omroz. There are the leaders. And GTJ was also in the pits. Oh yeah, well, I think he was in the pits on the same lap as Omroz and Freeman anyway. So Cheese Monkey still in front. They're coming towards the back marks now. They've only just pitted. And Rage Hunter also in the BMW. And someone's gone off. I think that's Marty who's had a bit of a moment there, and you can see the bonnet damaged on that BMW in the number 226. So he's lost time, and Freeman's got through ahead of him. So Freeman up to 5th position on track. As Rage Hunter hope for a decent pit stop here. As Freeman goes back through. Well, Omroz will go past him. Will Mariola go past him as well? Rage Hunter's still in his box. And so Rage Hunter exits the box. Marty in the pits. After that off. They're going through. So, including Marty, 6 drivers have come in for their mandatory pit stops. And now Drifter's got ahead of Monkey. So we've missed the move, but the Drifter's got in front of Monkey for the race lead. So, Drifter in front then, but these two have still yet to make their mandatory pit stops. And we're on lap 10 in this 40-minute race at Laguna Seca. And then Marty is still in the pits at the moment. I think he's just leaving his box now. So Mariola goes through, GTJ goes through. So Drifter leads, Monkey second. Simon in 3rd position. And Chrissy's in the pits now in the Chevrolet. Now, can Freeman get in front of Chrissy's here? This is important for him if he can complete an undercut. 24 minutes to go. So Drifter in the number 111 is still ahead. And there's Freeman coming down the pit straight, and he's got in front of Chrissy. So Freeman able to get in front of the Chevrolet, and he's through what could effectively be into 4th position. Here are your top 2 in your picture. And Drifter's in. So Drifter in for his only stop, at the end of lap 11. Now, where will he rejoin? They want to look for Freeman here because he's in a battle with him. He's just going through turn 5. There's no one in front of him at the moment in terms of battling. That could lose in time. So this is a vital pit stop for Drifter. And someone else is in, that is Timmy Blunder as well. And look at that. Drifter leaving Robert in his box. And Freeman is coming into the last corner now, onto the pit straight, but I think Drifter's going to do enough to stay in front here. And he has done. So Drifter rejoins ahead of Freeman. Now it's down to the likes of Cheese Monkey and Simon. But they're stuck in traffic right now, which won't help. Now, will Cheese Monkey decide to pit in at the end of this lap? Then the answer is yes. So he's in. Simon carries on for another lap. Cheese Monkey finding every bit of time possible by just cutting across the inside. And it looks like a stop-and-go penalty there for car 76. That is Timmy Blunder for speeding in the pit lane. So, unfortunately for him, that's his race effectively over, if I'm honest with you. So that's a really bad news for him. He's got to take that within the next 3 laps, otherwise a disqualification will be coming his way. Freeman also in the Ginetta. Now, Drifter is through the corkscrew. There's no safety cars or virtual safety cars in this, so Tim Blonder can just take his time and... Excuse me, my apologies. No, Cheese Monkey is exiting the pits now after that stop, and I think he's going to be exiting ahead of Drifter. He's quite some way ahead of him, isn't he? So Cheese Monkey rejoins. Third on track, but effectively in the race lead. You can see Drifter in the background. Cheese Monkey has enough of a margin to maintain his lead. There is Freeman running in 5th place. Now is Freeman going to get ahead of Chris Seas. It's going to be very, very close between these two. But I think Freeman's going to do enough to stay in front. So Freeman is ahead of the Chevrolet. And Simon's in now in the BMW. And he's got Timmy Blunder behind him. He's coming in to serve that 30-second stop-and-go penalty.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Now what will Mr. Error decide to do? He'll go on for another lap. So Mr. Error is the only driver yet to pit in now. We're already halfway through this one. 20 minutes to go, or just under that. I'm not sure if Simon's going to do enough to stay in front here. He was only a couple of seconds behind Monkey, but I just wonder, is he going to complete a quick enough pit stop to remain in front? Well, Simon has left his box now, but he's not going to retain the lead here. Cheese Monkey goes through, Drifter goes through. I think Freeman's going to go through ahead of him as well. And he has done. So Simon's lost the position to Freeman. And he rejoins effectively in 4th position now, with Error leading the race. It's been a decent performance from Error. The best we've seen from him this season so far. And his best result has been a 7th place finish at Alton Park in race 2. And he's coming in at the end of this lap. So the final driver yet to pit in is in the pits now, I should say. I would say he'll rejoin in 7th ahead of Omroz. I mean, Omroz has done well to recover from pitting at the end of lap 1. So is Cheese Monkey able to retain the lead. So Cheese Monkey will go through, Drifter will go through as well, Freeman, Simon, Christie's and Freeman. It's just whether Omroz will be able to get through ahead of Error as well. He's left his box now, and Error is going to rejoin in 7th position. So there we go. Error doing a fine job. They need to make sure he does not exceed the white line. Otherwise there could be a penalty coming his way, but he should be okay from there now. So all the pit stops have been completed. And Timmy Blunder a lap down there in 14th place. After that stop and go, which he had to take for speeding in the pit lane. Cheese Monkey 9/10 clear of Drifter. Freeman 3rd, Simon 4th. And we've got Christie's and Freeman in 5th and 6th places. At least Freeman was able to get in front through the pit stops. I think they've just seen a change of position as well, with Mario getting in front of GTJ. Marty in 11th place. Rage Hunter's still some way back, with Hutch now in 13th. Hutch has lost out heavily in the pit stops. If it wasn't for Timmy Blunder's error in the pit lane, he would have been in last place for sure. It's looking very, very good for Cheese Monkey. 15 minutes away from his 2nd victory of the campaign. Let's see him close in on Freeman. 25 points was the gap between between him and the championship leader, and this victory is going to move him up to 2nd place in the standings. Now Freeman is on course to get 22 points. Cheese Monkey would get 40, so he would close the gap to 7 points going into the next round at Misano in a week's time. And GTJ back in the pits. You know, he's already been in for a pit stop. One of his pit stop damage, of which has influenced him to make another stop. It's not good news for him. Well, the leaders are coming up to lap him now. So there we go. GTJ exits his box. Cheese Monkey begins lap 18. 1.2 seconds was the gap over the line. Freeman third, Simon fourth with Chrysis under threat from Freeman. Now if he can get past him, it'll be another couple of points going to him from the end of the race. So Freeman trying to get past the Chevrolet. A chance to go on board with him. So through turn 5 they come. And Freeman trying to find a slightly different line to distract Chrysis a little bit. Just putting under some pressure as they come up towards the corkscrew. Riding the curbs. And now they go through, and there's a yellow flag in front. Who's off there? That's Simon. Simon's off in the BMW. He's gone for a spin. And he's rejoined down the order. He's down to 6th position now. So he's lost 2 positions by making a mistake at the corkscrew. Now, is that going to see him into the pits, or is he just going to carry on? I think he's going to carry on. I think that's wise, to be honest with you. He's going to lose too much time, too many places. And so, yeah, Chrysis through into 4th. Freeman now 5th. So that's a bonus there for Freeman. If he can get past Chrysis, that'll be even better for him for his championship charge. It could come crucial later in the season. And the season does get wrapped up in the doubleheader at Barcelona on January the 20th. Oh, and Chrysis running wide on the exit there of turn 4. Freeman getting a run on him to the outside through 5. And he's looking to the inside once again, pulling out of the slipstream, but he won't be able to do it through turn 6. No way. You can see that that's Timmy. Is that Timmy Blunden running wide? No, it's GTJ who's running wide there. He won't want to be running wide too often like that. I think he's just lost the position to Timmy Blunder as a result of it. So Freeman still not able to get through. 10 minutes to go. Freeman to the outside. Is this going to be a change of position here? Not at the last corner, but Freeman may be able to complete a switcheroo, but he's got a poor exit out of the last turn. And so the drivers begin lap number 20. Cheese Monkeys lead 1.7 seconds over Drifter in P2. Freeman, who is not too far behind, but he's not really in the battle with those two at the moment. He just cannot close down that gap drastically. He has to hope for a mistake from either of those two if he was to move up the order. Freeman running in 5th. And that's the closest battle we've got out on the circuit right now. So 3, 2, 4 there. That is Cheese Monkey about to put a lap on Hutch ahead. Now Hutch, I don't know if he's had a moment somewhere on circuit, but he's lost a lot of time to Rage Hunter ahead. So no change in position between Precis and Freeman. The Drifter's right on Cheese Monkey's tail again in the fight for the lead. This is going to go down to the wire, all the way to the checker flag. Freeman closing in as well. You can see in the background, so he's not out of the frame yet for the victory either. 7.5 minutes remaining. Got 5 laps to go, I would say, after this lap. So we are looking at a 26 lap event. A brilliant race, actually, between these guys. Nose to tail. It would have been nicer if there was a few more drivers involved, but it is what it is. We do our best to give you the best coverage possible. Cheese Monkey in the race lead, 9/10 clear at the end of that last lap. Freeman continuing to close in all the time, 1.8 seconds behind Drifter, 2.7 off the lead as Cheese Monkey comes around to lap the Chevrolet of Hutch, who pulls over to the side and stays out of the way. Oh, you can see there, Drifter running wide on the exit of turn 6, and that's going to allow Freeman to close in. Now, Hutch will want to get out of the way here. He's not fighting with these guys. So positive to the side, and Hutch wisely does get out of the way. Now Precis and Freeman still tussling over 4th and 5th places. So the gap over the line, 1.6 seconds is between Cheese Monkey and Drifter. Freeman another 1.5 seconds to drift. So Cheese Monkey pulling away now a little bit with 4 laps remaining. GTJ behind Timmy Blunder in the battle for 13th. Too far off Hutch ahead. There's Rage Hunter, who's not having the best of days at the moment. The man who was running second in the championship coming into today. Cheese Monkey on course for victory, but it's not over yet. 1.8 seconds was the gap in Sector 1. It's now back down to 1.3 in Sector 2. So Drifter finding nearly half a second in Sector 2 alone. Freeman also following. And there's a yellow flag somewhere. Number 22 has gone off. That's Hutch, who has hit the barrier and the bonnet's damaged. He's rejoined behind Timmy and GTJ now, so Hutch down to last place. So Cheese Monkey crossing over the line. That's the line there that determines or clocks the lap times. Drifter in P2, 1.3 seconds to the gap. Freeman closing in a little bit more now. So it's going to be a photo finish. So you see GTJ fighting out with Timmy Blunder, his teammate. As Simon puts the lap on those two. 1.4 seconds the gap through sector 1 between Cheese Monkey and Drifter. Freeman 8/10 behind Drifter. So in fact, Freeman is closer to Drifter than Drifter is to Monkey. 3 minutes remaining. The top three coming through the corkscrew now. The gap is 1 second between Monkey and Drifter, and it's effectively the same gap between Drifter and Freeman. So it's pretty neck and neck between these guys now. One mistake and that could decide it. As Cheese Monkey begins the penultimate lap of the race. He's pulling away a little bit more now, and I wonder if Cheese Monkey's just finding more of the time in the last sector than he is in the first two. Freeman 8/10 behind Drifter now. Braking into turn number 2. There's Proceeds ahead of Freeman, who's dropped back a little bit now actually, so that could be that fight over for that position. Freeman will be thinking more about the championship at this point, even though there's still a lot of races still to come in the coming weeks. 7/10 is the gap between Drifter and Freeman after the first sector of this lap. Freeman in 3rd place. He really wants that second position, doesn't he? I think Drifter took quite a poor line actually through the corkscrew, and that's going to give Freeman another opportunity to close in. So race leader Monkey is about to start the final lap of the race. 1.5 seconds clear at the end of sector 2, but it's going to be more than that now once these do cross over the start finish line. 1.7 seconds is the gap when they cross over. And it looks like Mariola and Rage Hunter are fighting over 10th place as well, so we'll be going to that battle in a moment. Your leaders are coming through turn 4 and now 5, with Monkey able to hold on. So the clock does reach 0 now, so we know for certain that Cheese Monkey is going to be crossing over the line to take the checker flag at the end of this lap. Freeman still behind Drifter as they come towards the corkscrew. Not able to go for a move there, I don't think. I think Drifter's going to hold on to P2. We go back to Cheese Monkey then, because he's about to take his second win of the campaign. An important one as well. It was below par performance last week at Brands Hatch, but he's got it right today. Cheese Monkey in the Ginetta navigates his way through the final turn onto the pit straight, and Cheese Monkey is going to take victory here at Laguna Seca. Cheese Monkey wins with Drifter second and Freeman hurrying him to the flag in 3rd place. And then we've got Proceeds and Freeman. And look at Simon, he's closing in on these two in the closing laps. So Proceeds holds on to 4th place with Freeman in 5th ahead of Simon, who did his best but not enough. Now there's error on course. He's, well, equally his best result of the season in 7th place. That's some points for him, very handy points. There's Omroz, who's coming up behind Hutch. He's got Marty closing him down all the time, but he should hold on to 8th place. Marty will be 9th, with Rage Hunter holding off Mariola. Should be able to, no problem. And we've got Timmy Blunder a lap down in 12th place, GTJ in 13th, Hutch in 14th place and the last of the finishes. So 14 drivers that started the race all made it to the checkered flag, which is very, very nice to see. So Rage Hunter holds on just, but he's done enough there. So your race results sees Cheese Monkey coming out on top with Drifter in second, Freeman third ahead of Chris Ease, and Freeman who holds on to his championship lead by finishing fifth. Simon sixth, Error in seventh place, Onroz eighth, Marty ninth, and we've got Rage Hunter running out the top 10. Mariola, Timmy Blunder, GZJ, and Hutch with the last of the finishers. And that wraps up the even action. So how does that affect things in the championship? Well, Freeman's fifth place, which nets in 25 points, I should say. He moves on to 161. Rage Hunter loses second place in the standings with Cheese Monkey taking victory. So Cheese Monkey with his latest win, he moves on to 151. So the gap at the top is 10 points between Freeman in the lead and Cheese Monkey moving up to second place thanks to his brilliant drive. Next week we go to Misano for the latest chapter in this Group 1 Championship in GT4 in the FRL. Thank you very much for watching. Do make sure you like and subscribe in case you haven't already done so, and do tune in for next week. I'm Tom Cant, and I'll speak to you again soon when the Formula Racing League returns.